just past the 25-second mark in the count. 20 seconds, all aspects. We are still go at this time. T-minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. We have ignition sequence start. The engines are armed. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit. We have liftoff. Liftoff at 7:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have cleared the tower.
Looks like a good flight. It's a beautiful takeoff so far. This building is shaking under us. The camera platform is shaking. But what a beautiful flight.
That was a great launch here at Baikonur Cosmodrome, watching the launch of Vostok 21 with cosmonauts, because in this weather, this sure as hell isn't Kennedy Space Center. We're talking for the Wandering Curator about the 7x50 U.S. Navy binoculars that my hero, Wernher Von Braun, and all the other NASA officials were using conspicuously for those historic space launches. And there's a good reason for that. Number one, they were damn fine optics. U.S. optic manufacturing in World War II was on par with anything the Germans and their Lights binoculars could produce. Interestingly, when the war broke out, the U.S. Navy was building thousands of ships, and that means they needed thousands of engines and thousands of air compressors and reduction gear. That also meant they needed tens of thousands of binoculars, and Argus camera and Bausch & Lomb optics, they were already up to their ears in production orders for telescopes, for gun mounts and things. So the word went out initially to the public, give Uncle Sam your binoculars or lend them to Uncle Sam so that the fleet could see the threat. In the production areas, everybody who wasn't building guns or ships or tanks was tasked with assembling binoculars and telescopes. So Bausch & Lomb made the optics, but sent the elements out, and even some small camera manufacturers like Universal Camera Company, whose business model was make the cheapest little camera for kids, give it to them free, but they had a proprietary film system that you had to buy the film from Universal. Well, anyway, unfortunately for Universal, their film manufacturer was Agfa Gewart in Belgium, and the Germans kind of showed up one day and said, "You're all out of business." So, facing financial ruin, Universal Camera Company was just delighted to get an order from the U.S. Navy, help build binoculars. So these are not Universal Camera constructed binoculars. These are from National Instrument Corporation of Houston, Texas, 1943. They're all same model. Everybody built them to spec. So by 1943, there were probably hundreds of thousands of binoculars being produced for the U.S. Navy. Now, the U.S. Army used a smaller, I think, 7x30 or shorter build. The U.S. Navy, very distinctive. These were used, like I said, by the hundreds of thousands throughout the fleet. And after the war, when all the ships were being mothballed, the government was not as wasteful as it is today. Important equipment like this was taken off ships and put into storage, and was made available to other government entities. There was a big catalog, and my predecessor, Dr. John Fakin, a NASA rocket scientist, literally a rocket scientist, and I think he met Von Braun on a number of occasions. But anyway, said that whenever they needed to get equipment for an experimental program, the first thing you did was went to this government surplus catalog, and it had everything in there from manometers and voltmeters and binoculars, even jet aircraft. But anyway, so when Von Braun and NACA and NASA show up, these guys are using standard government surplus Navy binoculars. So you're going to see Von Braun and James Webb and Gilruth, all those giants that took us to the moon. They're down at the Cape in the Launch Control Center, LCC at 39A, Launch Complex 39, and they're all using their Navy 7x50 binoculars. Of course, you know, when that vehicle clears the launch tower, control is kicked over to the Manned Space Flight Center in Houston. So they are literally not required to do anything. So it's their baby going up. So they're turning around because you actually face away from the launch pad. But they're turning around and looking out the window with their binoculars. Now, we're very happy to have a relatively good set of binoculars. These are in collimation and they work good. They're 80 years old. They're 83 years old. They could use a little TLC, but they work. They work, and I see a squirrel over there doing something disgusting in the snow.
Has it cleared the tower?
Well, if he eats a firecracker, I'm looking at our periscope tower through our binoculars. Yeah, it's too cold. Can I go in?
Yes, you could go in.
Thank you. Hey, hit like, subscribe, notification bell. Keep Evan off the streets. See you soon.